Hey guys. So it is 10:10 at night. Sorry for kind of abruptly ending my last video this morning. Somebody came in and I knew it was going to take a while for us to communicate, and I didn't want that video to be like an hour long. So I kind of had to cut it short. I don't know why, but I'm kind of nervous to be caught filming a video like it's something I shouldn't be doing, even though it's something I really should be doing. I don't know where those nerves are coming from because I'm posting this to social media for anybody to see. So I don't know why I'm nervous about being caught while I'm doing it, because you guys are seeing me while I'm doing it. I'm weird. I work in weird ways. But I wanted to talk more about my history. I know I harped on 2018 earlier, but I kind of want to give you an overview of how I got to where I am today. I mostly want to focus on the cystic fibrosis and the medical aspect of things. This is kind of touched on my blog page, which is cf-weebly.com. So if you found this video on YouTube and you want to see more and see some of my poetry and stuff, go there. But anyway, now that I'm done advertising myself. So I believe I've stated already that cystic fibrosis is something you're born with. So most people are diagnosed as kids, like babies, like infants. Within the first few months, typically, of being alive, they know that they have cystic fibrosis. So measures are taken, life is lived. Well, we knew that I had medical problems. What we didn't know is what they were. So I've been sick my whole life. But things came to a head when I was about 6. And my knees gave out. They locked up. So commenced many doctor visits and testing and blood work and imaging and surgery and all this other fun stuff. Basically, they thought I had infectious arthritis, so they treated me for that. So my knees got all swelled up. They didn't really move, so I was relegated to a wheelchair for a while. Then I graduated, as it were, to a walker, and then I was able to walk on my own again, like I do now. Thank God. But anyway, so I did that. Then, my intestines and bowels and stomach decided to, mutiny. And that all went to, garbage pretty quickly. So they decided I had IBS. So they treated me for that. I didn't have IBS. And then I started, I always had a cough, but my cough got a little worse. And it got more exacerbated more quickly, and it lasted a little longer than, a normal kid's. And they just thought I had, this really severe case of, chronic asthma. No. So we did the doctor thing pretty regularly from about 6 to about 8 or 9. Then I had a couple years off. And then at 13, I had this really bad cough. I coughed literally for a month straight, hardly ever stopping to sleep or eat or breathe. So my mom's beside herself at this point because she's been telling doctors my entire life that there's something wrong with me, and they were ignoring her. So we go to my general practitioner, and he brings up something new, something none of us had heard of before. He had been taking these night classes. If I remember the story correctly, he had been taking night classes and learned about CF that way, and kept me in mind and decided to take it upon himself to find me a specialist. And at that appointment, he told my parents about it and gave us a whole bunch of information and brochures and stuff, and sent me to a specialist. I want to say it was in Springfield, Illinois, because we lived in Illinois at the time. But my memory of this is really foggy, because it sucked. But anyway, so I went to the specialist, got diagnosed properly, Got told I wouldn't live past 25, which really screwed with my psyche, like my brain. I was already a depressed child, and that just made everything so much worse. But anyway, so he diagnosed me, told me my life expectancy was 25, almost 26 now. And got told that my growth had been stunted and I was super malnourished. So he prescribed me this ridiculous diet of like 5,000 calories a day. And he sent me to a growth hormone specialist who put me on growth hormones. And I guess I gained like 3 or 4 inches off those hormones. I'm a whopping 5'1". But I was only like 4 something at the time, and I was 13 years old. So yeah, I'll take 5'1". So I hit puberty at that time because I hadn't done that yet. I think the growth hormones kind of like made that happen for me. So thanks, growth hormones. Most painful shots ever. They're sub-Q arm shots. Maybe they were muscle shots, actually, because they hurt pretty bad. I'm pretty sure they were muscle shots. Anyway, so did all that, tried to adjust, and then my life has been relatively unstable ever since. Trying to cope with the cystic fibrosis and all that entails, and, various other dramatic things that have happened in my life. But anyway, it's steadily gotten worse until today, where I'm, on oxygen now, trying to get a lung transplant. My PFTs, which is pulmonary function tests, are living in the 20s to 30s typically. Occasionally I'll still see 40s, but low 40s. I think the highest I've been was 48, and that was 2 Christmases ago. So it's been a minute. But I don't remember. So yeah, that's a pretty unusual story. It took me to some pretty dark places. I guess I'll go ahead and admit this. I was a sex addict. Instead of turning to drugs or alcohol, that's where I went with my depression. That was my form of escapism. So I did that for about 2.5 years. Then I met somebody who completely changed my whole aspect on sex and relationships. That would be William, and I appreciate him for that. So if he ever watches this, thanks, Will. And that's put me in a good enough place that now I feel comfortable with Chris about a lot of things that I might not have if I hadn't met William. So now I'm viewing William as a stepping stone to Chris instead of viewing him as this wonderful person that I lost. He is now this wonderful person who gave me the tools that I needed to have a healthy relationship so that I can have one of those with Chris. So I'm really looking forward to how things go with him. I know I've said that before, but it's on my heart a lot, so I'm probably going to mention it an annoying amount of times. I apologize in retrospect and advance. So there's that. I've been working on my blog page, my website. Anybody who's looked at it up to this point, like any day before this day, it looks totally different now. I branded it a little bit, so my colors are like pink and purple, because purple is cystic fibrosis and pink complements purple. I created on Paint 3D on my computer, I created a little like banner for myself that says CF Life. That's now on my YouTube channel and also on my Weebly site. I like it a lot. I've never used that program before, so it's really simple, but I like it. Don't really have anything else to say tonight, and I want to get off here and try to talk to Chris. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me ramble, and keep smiling.